Hi, it's Jerry for the Project Slumber podcast. Today's episode will be on school and homework time and how that impacts sleep and how sleep impacts that. So let's get times and homework demands. So the truth is that your sleep will be impacted by these things. So there are studies that show that schools that tend to start later, such as around 8:30 or later, tend to have kids that sleep more in comparison to schools that start earlier. So, for example, around 7. Me personally, I used to go to school that I would have to wake up around 6 to catch a bus at 6:15 to go to class, starting around 6:45, and we would get out of school as early as 2. But I think what the school wanted is for people to obviously sleep earlier since they had to wake up early, but what ended up happening is just kids are overwhelmed. They're tired during the day and then they have to, take naps or sleep during night, and then they end up, going the cycle where they have not enough sleep, even though their intention of the school is for people to sleep earlier. At my school, which, starts at 8:30 exactly, I think it's more, beneficial for students to develop a nicer schedule. A study shown that students who, go to these schools tend to sleep more to around 20 to 50 more minutes than schools that start people that go to schools that start earlier than that time. And furthermore, is studies shown that earlier start times they contribute to more risk of depression, anxiety, and more health issues, while schools that don't and are a little later have more beneficial results. Um, my take on this is that the school time obviously later is beneficial, but I think what's more important is the actual homework involved and how you're managing the time. So um, it is a common fact, and everybody knows, and it is true that more homework equates to less sleep, and various hundreds of studies have shown this trend where more homework have people sleeping less, being more depressed and anxious and anxiety with anxiety. And a study by PubMed showed that teens doing around 3 to 4 plus hours of homework sleep under 7 hours, which is below the recommended 8 to 10, right? Um, but the truth is that these studies tend to show like excessive homework, right? So like homework amounts that are more than normal. I think the truth is that um, the way you manage your time can be a big factor. So lots of studies don't show um, students who have this huge amounts of work but they manage their time well and are efficient, and they tend to have good amounts of sleep. There's lots of kids in my area and in my school that do this. One of my friends is one of the most efficient kids I've ever seen, and they know how to squeeze time out of the day, and it might seem 24 hours, they might seem they have more time than you, but they don't. They just use it better. And so my take is that yes, more homework and later starts can negatively impact your sleep duration. That is true. But I think what it does to you is it pushes you to try to be more efficient. So if you are one of those people in this position, whether you have lots of homework or you have an early start time, it's up to you to decide how you use your time when you're outside of school to manage the fact that you are getting, proportionally less sleep per se if you actually don't manage your time well. But again, it just comes down to how well you manage your time and how efficient you are. So, yeah. Okay, so thank you for listening. I hope you guys um, follow our socials at our YouTube channel, project.slumber, and our Instagram, project.slumber. Okay, thank you, and we'll see you in the next.